This is round 3 of the Pre-Production Racing Association of Queensland from Morgan Park. Brought to you by motorsportzone.com, carselling.com.au and Yokohama Tyres. Well, it was a cold day again as winter starts to fall in Morgan Park, and well, it's going to be one of those rounds of qualifying as everybody got ready to go trackside for the first time for the weekend. Big field of cars this weekend, strong field of cars, and of course a couple of newcomers to the field once again. Intense look on drivers' faces. They rolled out for the first time in qualifying, and well, it was going to be a hectic affair with a lot of drivers really coming to grips with what was probably ideal conditions for fast times. Troy Marinelli looking extremely quick on his return back to the category, and Jason Gramonde doing a great job of keeping that big Commodore trackside. Well, David Walden looking very, very quick as he always does on that fire-breathing little Suzuki Swift, again being dominant throughout qualifying. Justin Wade looking very strong again in his BMW, and well, he's going to be a very hard man to beat right throughout the year. Well, qualifying's done and dusted. The over 2 litre cars, well, Justin Wade again was the dominant force. Carl Begg will meet him on the front row with Jason Grimmond, Troy Marinelli, Steve Jukes, Tony Estracina, David Homer, and Brett Batterby rounding out the 8. Under 2 litre honours, well, David Walden, a 125, a great result with Greg Hartnett, Peter Casado, Darcy Wade, Scott Dean, Troy Maven, Brian Field and Royce Gregson, the newcomer, ahead of Shane Class and John Wormsley. Well, race 1, what a cracker. Inside the car of Troy Marinelli on debut back with the car again, and well, look at Grimmond in front of him. Tyre smoke everywhere from that car as Marinelli tried to find a way down the inside of the BMW ahead of him. And Carl Begg had him covered on that pole line. No way in the world they're going to find a way past him. Up the inside of Walden, you can see traffic aplenty as the field made its way through and under the bridge for the first time. Justin Wade out front. Look at Carl Begg having a big look down the inside, being very, very, very cautious of the pace of the cars behind him. Maven looking strong, and there's our newcomer Gregson looking very, very quick out of the box. Look at David Walden's view here from the back of his car, and that's Tony Estracina in the RX-7, really trying to probe 2 different rotary engines running in these cars, and of course Walden's car eligible to run the under 2 litre category. There's Grimmond there with Carl Begg ahead of him. Look at Marinelli. Welcome back, Troy. And of course, the rest of the field coming through. Again, the field, well, they're coming to grips with this circuit. There's a replay of the start again. And as you can see, look at the pace of that of the BMW behind. Look at the tyre smoke coming up the back of Grimmond's car. Oh, contact into the back of that car. And I can tell you now, this is how close the racing is in the improved production rings. Greg Hartnett now. And the Pulsar, the 2 litre car, having a rip of a run down the back straight. Look at the pace he has as he makes his way down to the left-hander. He is absolutely flying, and there's a problem there. And that, of course, is the car of Peter Casado, and that car will have an issue. Out in front, though, Justin Wade leading the car of Grimmond. Then back to Carl Begg. There's Marinelli in the background. Look at that fire-breathing, quick little Suzuki Swift looming in the background of that shot. Again, look at the pace of Walden's car. He is carrying so much speed in that car. Fantastic result for the smaller engine rotary RX3. Looking backwards from the back of Grimmond's car now, as he's got Carl Begg really starting to blow the blowtorch. Begg got a little loose as he ran up on the ripple strip. Car got a little unsettled, and he found it hard to gain control as they brake for the the right-hander, as they make their way through the back part of the circuit. Well, it's been a bit of an equaliser here today. The 2 litre category is really having some red-hot battles. They've got themselves mixed right through the field. There's Scotty Dean and the little Yaris. And again, look at the pace of that car of Justin Wade out front. He is really on the money, driving very, very quickly. Stevie Jukes there doing such a good job as well, just ahead of that little, look at Maven. He's under siege. Look at Maven now as he makes his way down the outside. That car is really, really quick as he gets past the under 2 litre car. In fact, that is Shane Class in the Suzuki Swift. And that's John Wormsley in the Escort. Really good job by him. He's really finding some great pace. Here we are back in the front with Justin Wade. Oh, car looks a little loose. Wade up on the outside, runs a little wide. And that's going to leave it for the rest of the field to run past. And we've got a new race leader, and that is Jason Grimmond. Grimmond now ahead of this car of Carl Begg, and Carl Begg will be egged on by the pace of this car. Look at him. There's no one at all coming back on the field. Marinelli giving the boss a touch-up as he makes his way through the back. And there's a bit of contact then for Justin Wade as well. The bumper bar hanging off the side of that car. That might have to make its way down to Troy Marinelli's panel beater sponsor as well. Well, look at the pace of these cars as they make their way through this right hand. You can see that bumper bar adrift on the back of the BMW of Justin Wade, and he is he's got a bit of work to do when he gets back to the pits later on. But it's all about that man out front, Jason Grimmond. He's leading his first race here under full race conditions. He will be absolutely delighted, but this man won't give in at any stage. Carl Begg and the BMW, he will push and push and push till there is nothing left to give. He will not give in at all. Unbelievable paces. Look at Grimmond now locking the wheel, trying to big contact in the back as they came through. Here again is that marvellous little escort there of, it should be in fact of John Walmsley. But look at the car of Scotty Dean. Again, Brett Battersby now on the BMW. Dean up the inside. And Dean carrying some great pace in this little Yaris. Looking now at David Homer and the little Suzuki Swift. This thing is a light ship in a straight line. He pulls up on the inside of Steve Jukes. There is no stopping that little car on Sonic Charge. He's got his Racina in his sights still in the RX-7. But Grimmond, he would have mirrors full of Motorsport Zone BMW at the moment. He will be looking everywhere. The three of those mirrors will be filled with Carl Begg. There's Marinelli now, having to defend from that man there, which is David Walden and Antonius Racina. But Darcy Wade on the charge forward in the little Honda Integra. Look at him, driving down the inside. That is Troy Maven in the Escort. And he dives up on the outside, locks the wheel trying to get down the outside. Will he get the job done? No, he won't. But the Midas Capella bar car will do a great job of trying to keep this very quick car. Look, the car of Suzuki Swift. You cannot take it away from David Homer. He is 10/10 the whole time. Down the inside, gets the job done. And there's nothing this Racina can do about that nimble little Suzuki Swift as he makes his way through the field. Now everything's starting to come to him. Everybody's tyres and brakes are getting hot. And that is the brand new car of Royce Greigson. How good does this car look on debut? Sensational looking car, and I expect big things from him further down in the season. Look at him. The rear tyres are starting to get a little hot and get a little bothered in both the BMW and the Commodore as they make their way through. Justin Wade's clawing his way back onto these guys too. He's got himself clear of Marinelli now. There's the car of Walden. There comes Homer, who is coming home with a real wet sail. And the final stage is Darcy Wade now on the back of Maven. He tries to get himself set for the pass. He'll come back on the inside. He'll try and get the drive up the inside, and he does. Darcy Wade, what a great bit of under and over work as he makes his way through under the bridge. Now Darcy Wade will find himself on the inside for brakes. Contact with Maven. Gets that car, a little Cyrus trying to outbrake the very nimble little Honda, and here comes this final lunge now. What can Begg do? He's got to run through the fast part of this racetrack, but there's nothing he can do about the pace of that car in front. It's too quick in a straight line. But look at him looming behind is the man who set pole time, and that is the car of Justin Wade. He is coming up back after the off, and this is the first time he's really been challenged to try and give the best performance out of that car. Again, look at Jukes now trying to find a way past this Racina. This is really spirited stuff from the BMW driver as him and Racina go side by side. Now again, the battle here. Oh, look at this Veal in the Civic, and of course that is his Hartman in the Triple S Pulsar. But it doesn't seem like a happy camper late stages of this race. Have a look at Dean now, trying to find a way past Maven, and it is a red hot run. This is Brett Batterby, and the cleanup skips BMW as he finds his way on the back of the Yaris now. He pulls out of the straight line. It'll be a braking duel down in the corner. He gets the job done, just eases the car into the corner. You can see Batterby very, very clean on the wheel. Now he's got the car, and Maven gets him too. Oh, contact as they come through the corner. A bit of rallycross from Batterby as he makes his way through that left-hander. Well, here's the inside view, the instant replay. And oh, Oh, shut the door! It banged close, and of course, but he has a bit of a look, and he shakes his head, and well, none of us really did very well out of that at all. Final few laps now starting to roll down, and this man out front, well, have a look at that. The two BMWs behind him, and now Beggar's had to go defensive because he knows that Justin Wade's coming. Wade now, the rear bumper bar just about hanging off it in about 3 different pieces. It's Hartnett now that as the leaders go past, and he is just struggling to keep the car on the racetrack. As you can see, that car is limping heavily. But this is a great run from Grimmond. He really deserves this so far. He's been the bridesmaid far too many times this year. Is he going to take home the top step of this dice? I hope so, because he's really driven so well through this race. Look at Justin Wade now. Big run onto the back of Carl Begg down to the braking zone. There's nothing Begg can do about the pace of that car in a straight line. It really has got some mumbo. But can Grimmond hang on? You can see Begg now starting to realise the fact that he didn't have a solution for him. And Grimmond, well, he's now going to find his way through some of the slower traffic. Down through the fast part of the circuit. Justin Wade now starting to line Grimmond up. Oh, lock up! Wade couldn't capitalise, couldn't get down the inside. Grimmond will have the straight line speed. Wade up on his inside. Maybe in a touch as they tried to exit the corner. Final few rolls of the dice here for Justin Wade. What can he do? Grimmond's gone defensive. That is the widest black Commodore you've ever seen. And as Justin Wade is trying to find a way past, the battles further back down the field are absolute crackers as well. You can see that the battle here with Maven and of course the car of Barnaby, this has been a cracker right throughout the distance of race as well. There is young Barnaby gets it sideways on the exit of the corner, and that is his race done. The field will run past him, and all that good work has come to naught for him as he makes his way through. Instant replay. As you can see, got onto that part of the racetrack, bounced around the curve, had to grab a bit of brake, got onto the curbing, tried to accelerate, lost traction in the back tyres, and that was him. Round he rose. Well, he'll do the best to make not make that mistake as second on. David Walden now coming back onto the car of Troy Marinelli. Oh, Marinelli sideways, drifting the car through the corner, and that's cost him valuable time, and of course it's given the car of David Walden all he needed. You can see Marinelli trying to catch it. Look at him on the throttle, nice and casual, one hand off the wheel, ready to catch it. But Marinelli really using that car for what it was actually designed for, drifting as well, but maybe not. It's a circuit racing car at the moment. Have a look at that bumper, just about ready to come all the way off of the BMW as he probes and looks down the inside. The Rhino Insurance BMW really starting to apply the blowtorch to the back of this car of Grimmond, but there's nothing that they can do. Final lap, these guys are absolutely on the limit. Walden coming home. There's Marinelli as well. Grimmond now with a bit of slow traffic in front of him. Will he get the run through the traffic he needs? Yes, he does. Through the fast right-hander down the back part of the circuit. Now through the flip-flop. And the high-turf performance car of Jason Grimmond. Checkered flag at the ready. He will take the win. Jason Grimmond pumps the air. Well done, Jason Grimmond. Holds off the hard-charging Justin Wade, and then back to Begg, and there he is, a happy man. Justin Wade finished second on track, penalised 30 seconds for ignoring a mechanical black flag in his rear bumper, and pushed him back to 7th. Well, Grimmond, Carl Begg, Troy Marinelli, David Homer, Stephen Dukes, Justin Wade back to 6th. In fact, he'll finish 7th, with Tony Estracina and Brett Barnaby will round out the 8. Under 2 litre honours, well, David Walden, great time there for him. Ahead of Darcy Wade, Troy Maven, Scotty D, what a great run from the Yaris. Brian Veal, John Wormersley, Greg Hartnett, of course Royce Gregson didn't finish, neither did Shane Class or Peter Casado. Race 2 highlights now. Well, look at that, Carl Begg on the inside. Just too much performance off the line. He really got the power down as the rest of the field comes through. Look at Troy Maven, the back of that shot. There's Darcy Wade in that little Honda Integra. Oh, Gee, I think that car needs a buff. We can see it that close. As they make their way through. Now look at the pace of these under 2 litre cars. They are so good here at Morgan Park. Whereas the track really allows them to be quick because of the flowing nature of it. Justin Wade now is under siege. Look at this little RX3 giving away an awful lot of displacement, but really such a powerful engine combination. Walden driving the wheels of the car this weekend. Stephen Jukes and the BMW cannot match the pace of Justin Wade as he makes his way through the field after his penalty. And BMW are aplenty in this field, and such a great race car. It sits very well in improved production ranks. Look at Grimman now. Look at Marinelli. There's Justin Wade now. Wade again finds a way past Marinelli. And the Wilson's paint and panel car, well, they've done a great job of repairing this car, and I tell you what, I think you might have seen the rear bumper of Justin Wade's car down to them to get repaired as well. Marinelli looking white hot now as he's pushing the boss through the fast parts of the circuit. There's our brand new comer to the field. He's doing such a great job too. It's a competitive category, the under 2 litre category, and I'm going to tell you, look at this. Unbelievable driving here from the car of young Wade as Maven feels the pressure. Again, the front-wheel drive versus the front-wheel drive Integra versus, looking, gets him a little wide. Versus this 2 litre Escort of Maven. And Wade the under and over. What a great bit of driving. It was like a sucker punch as he made his way through the back part of the circuit. Here's Brian Veal in the Civic. Civic's a very, very competitive car. I remember when Bevan Purcell brought out a Civic to run in this category. It's great to see them still running around. Very, very good under 2 litre car. Here's Racina now, under siege from that blue monster of a Suzuki Swift, and there is no one in the world that they were ever designed to go that fast. There's our brand new runner here this weekend. He's doing such a good job. And it's great to have him again, Royce Gregson. Problem then for Dean, he's off track. Bonnet about to come up, so that's been a mechanical failure for that very reliable motor car. But there is that man, I'll tell you, Carl Begg, extremely talented motor car racer and a very, very talented car preparation guy as well. A car is on the money. Gregson lifting the left-hand front wheel, doing the Escort, all Escorts do. In fact, they all run left-hand front wheels. In fact, one car we haven't seen this weekend is the car Bruce Cook. Generally, that car is carrying the wheel everywhere. And with this Duke now trying to find a way past on the slower cars in the field, that is Shane Class and Suzuki Swift on the under 2 litre cars. And here's this little battle now. Batterby under siege from Brian Veal as Batterby made his way past. Carl Begg, how good's he running out front? He's going to be very hard to catch from here. Once he's out front, he gets a sniff of it. He gets into a real rhythm. As he makes his way through, and he's unbeatable. Carl Begg takes the win. Jason Grimman home in second. Justin Wade third. Troy Marinelli, Stephen Jukes, Tony Racina, David Homer, and Brett Batterby rounds out the 8 for the MotorZone.com over 2 litre cars. Race 2, the under 2 litres, David Walden takes the honours again from Darcy Wade, Troy Maven, Brian Veal and Royce Gregson comes home in 5th place with Shane Class a lap behind. Scott Dean was a non-finisher, so was John Womersley, and Greg Hartnett was a non-finish as well for the carselling.com.au field. Race 3 highlights, well again, it's all about the start, and again, Marinelli! Really got off the line quickly, but I think he gave Grimman a touch-up as he came through as the car snapped back on the inside. But look at the battles behind. Darcy Wade straight up on the inside now. At the Escort, there's got to be a contact there as they made their way through. They were that close. Justin Wade trying to find a way past the car of Carl Begg. And Begg at the moment will not yield on the inside. But he's got the preferred line down into the left-hander. And again, the man who's out on pole finds himself out front. Marinelli's under siege from Jukes as they make their way through the back part of the circuit. And David Walden, finds his way back to the field in the little RX3. I say that because it's an under 2 litre car. It's not running the 13B like everyone else runs. He's running the smaller engine in this car, which allows him to run in the under 2 litre category. And again, Marinelli is the drag racer between him and Jukes as Jukes comes across to cover. Back on the right-hander onto the front straight there. Leave they come. Look at this Marinelli. Has really got a job to do to keep everybody behind him as the rest of the field's now starting to stack up. Maven's out of the throttle. And this battle between him and the Integra will not go away. These pair will be at each other the whole time. He gets a perfect run on the outside, Darcy Wade. That's a nice bit of driving as he exits that corner. And look at Beck again down the inside. And Justin Wade's got a problem. Justin Wade, that car stinging a little loose on the outside of the corner. Now Carl Begg out in front. He can match it for pace, but he can't match it for straight line speed. Walden now. Onto the back. Look again. He's got a little bit tighter line to there. And Sylvia doing such a good job. Marinelli now really driving this car quite quick. Oh, Walden. Marinelli catches the car at the exit. The rest of the field goes past. That's a missed gear for him. And that really has put pay to what was a great start from Marinelli. Look at Grimond now. He's got Walden and then Jukes behind him, Miss Racina. And a race winner from race 1 has got it all to do now as the two fast and quick BMWs are out front. Look at Justin Wade. He's monstering the back of the smaller and earlier BMW of Carl Begg. And the V8 versus 6-cylinder car, well, it's a great battle out front. Here's a battle of the tiny tots. And Scotty Dean doing a great job of chasing down that little Suzuki Swift there of Shane Class. Look at this, there's Racina. And here it is, David Walden now on the back of Grimond. This is basically 6 litres versus 2 litres, for want of a better analogy. Three times the capacity, probably twice the horsepower, but also twice the weight. So the power to weight ratio very much with the RX3, and it's better on its tyres, and it's better on its brakes come later in the day. And look at David Walden, he knows his way around this part of the countryside. That car is very, very quick. Darcy Wade, the Midas car, the Mighty Midas. Integra, very, very quick car and really competitive in open class company as well. Again, they make their way through the field as they start to lap the traffic. But Carl Begg, well, he's got to be happy. The motorsportzone.com, BMW doing such a good job out front. Once he gets out in that rhythm in front of you, very hard to catch. And that's exactly what happened because he takes the win again. Carl Begg from Justin Wade, Jason Grimond, Stephen Jukes, Tony Racina, David Homer, Troy Marinelli and Brett Batterby round out the motorsportzone.com field. Race 3 for the under 2 litres. Well, the carselling.com.au field was led to the finish by David Walden, Darcy Wade, Troy Maven, Brian Veal, Royce Gregson, Shane Class and Scott Dean, John Wormsley and Greg Hartnett were non-finishers. Let's catch up now with our top 3 finishers from each class.
The Rhino Insurance BMW, we had a bit of a funny weekend. Well done to Carl and Grimo. Grimo, sensational drive this weekend, mate. It's good to see you up there. And just well done to all the other competitors, and thanks to the club for organising this. Thanks very much.
It was just great racing, great with Carl and Justin and Waldo in the end there. It was excellent. Cheers. Yeah, great racing again. Nice close racing, and I got to start up on the first race. Yes, anyway, learned a lesson. Obviously, thank Motorsport Zone for seeing it everywhere anyway, but yeah, thanks guys. Well done, mate. Cheers. I just want to thank my great family and friends and Ian from Motec for all their great support. Thanks very much.
Awesome. Just thank everybody for turning up. This has been an excellent weekend. Obviously, car's going really good, and yeah, good racing on the track, especially Grumo in the last race. Awesome, thanks.
Well, another great race meeting here from Morgan Park. We'll catch you next time we go racing with the Improved Production Racing Association Queensland at the Lakeside Classic. Thanks to motorsportzone.com, carselling.com.au and Yokohama Tyres. You've been watching the Improved Production Racing Association Queensland highlights from Morgan Park.